Hi friends, and welcome to Threads of Wisdom, a mini episode series within Simply Hooked, a crochet podcast. These short episodes are meant to inspire and uplift with little nuggets of wisdom I have gathered over the years. Today I want to talk about a profound concept called the law of growth. I first heard about this idea from Earl Shoaff, an entrepreneur, motivational speaker, and mentor to Jim Rohn, who I mentioned in the previous Threads of Wisdom episode. Shoaff's teachings on mindset, goal setting, and the power of belief have had a lasting impact, and his insights on growth resonate deeply with the creative and personal journeys that we all navigate. Shoaff often describes success as a natural process, one that happens when we focus on planting the right seeds in our minds and actions. He emphasized that to achieve our goals, we must first become the kind of person capable of reaching them. In other words, success isn't something you stumble upon, it's something you grow into. This aligns beautifully with the law of growth, which teaches us that every harvest begins with a seed of ideas, a seed of habits, a seed of actions, and requires time and nurturing to bloom. Shoaff loved to use farming as a metaphor for life. He reminded his audience that no farmer reaps a harvest the day after planting. The soil must be prepared, the seeds planted, and the crops tended to with water, sunlight, and care. For a long time, the growth happens invisibly, beneath the soil. Similarly, in our own lives, the progress we're making might not always be obvious, but it's happening as long as we're consistently nurturing it. One time he said, "You would never dig up a plant to see if the roots are growing. You would never do that. You just know that it's growing. When you put a seed in the ground and you nurture it every day with water and sunlight, you know it's going to grow. There is no doubt. You don't dig up the roots to see if they're getting bigger. You just don't do that. That is what the law of growth is. It's the knowing that it is growing because you are nurturing it. One of Shoaff's standout lessons was, you can't change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction. And this speaks directly to the law of growth. Small, intentional steps taken daily will gradually steer you toward the life you envision. Every action, no matter how small, is a stitch in the fabric of your life that you're creating. The law of growth reminds us that life isn't about being in a perpetual state of harvest. To enjoy the rewards, we first have to plant the seeds of our dreams, nurture them daily, and allow time for them to grow. This process requires patience, intention, and care, and also a little bit of faith. I have been on this business journey of trying to grow my business for a solid 3 years, like full steam ahead for 3 years. And I'm not quite there yet, but I know that it will get there because every single day I am nurturing my dream. I am giving it the water and sunlight that it needs to grow. And I'm not digging up the roots to see if it's growing. I know it's growing. There is no doubt in my mind. But I also know that it takes time. You cannot be in a perpetual state of harvest. There are seasons for a reason. So think about a goal you have. The dream is like a seed. It holds immense potential, but it can't grow unless you plant it. Planting is like taking the first step. Write down your goals, make a plan, or carve out a small amount of time to start working on it. Once planted, your dream needs daily care. Just as a plant needs sunlight, water, and nutrients, your dreams require consistent attention and effort. These small, consistent actions are what lead to growth. And I get it, it's tempting to skip ahead to the harvest, but the truth is, the results are only as rich as the effort you have put into the foundation. If you neglect the daily nurturing, the harvest will not come. Each stitch in a crochet project may feel small on its own, but together they create something extraordinary. The same is true for your dreams. When you nurture them with care and intention, the harvest will come and it will be worth the wait. So I just heard about Earl Shoaff a few months ago. He gave this speech talking about all of this with the law of growth in 1961. How did this genius idea get lost in time? How is it that I only heard about it in 2024? I mean, these lessons, they're so foundational to success and growth. They deserve to be talked about more. I wish that this was taught in school. I wish that there was a subject on just life, because it's not all about the textbooks. This was kind of another reason I wanted to do this podcast, is to get this wisdom out there. My goodness, people need to hear this. So the law of growth teaches us that growth is a journey, not a destination. You cannot reap before you sow, and you cannot harvest what you have not cared for. So be patient with the process, and trust that your consistent effort will yield beautiful results in time. So thank you for joining me for this episode of Threads of Wisdom. Remember, your dreams are like seeds. Plant them with intention, nurture them with care, and trust the process of growth. Progress, like crochet, happens one stitch at a time. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need some encouragement. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Until next time, friends, keep creating, keep dreaming, and remember, you were uniquely made to grow something beautiful.